Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition, a very special edition of the Wrestling Forum live on YouTube.com. This is good old MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony the Hitman Florio, the Phenom Michael Bullock, and the Twisted Angel Dee Woodson as we are going to recap NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 that went down tonight from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, exclusively on the WWE Network. And I know you guys want to get right through it with no problem. So let's just start it off with the first fight of the night, which was Andre Almas going one-on-one with Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. As you may know, guys, last night, it was really a split decision. Michael Bullock and Anthony Florio went with Johnny Wrestling. Myself and Dee Woodson went with Andre Almas. And the winner of the bout, Dee, it's time to celebrate, my dear. We got this one. Andre Almas gets the victory. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to review because I did have work commitments beyond my control tonight. Anthony Florio, you are front and center, my brother. You lead off.
All right, thank you very much indeed, Girl MF Michael Fletcher. And yes, hello, friends, and welcome to our very special edition of the Wrestling Forum, our recap of NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. What I'm about to say is going to surprise a lot of people. I thought this was the fight of the night, honestly. That's how good this was. I mean, yeah. 4.25 stars. This was an incredible opening match. It over-delivered as far as I'm concerned. And, well, as far as that goes, Dee Woodson, I see what you're chatting, text group chatting there. I was one. I only got one right tonight. And this was not the one. I'll let you know when that comes. But yeah. Well, all right, let me just say it like this: you can make an argument that this was the fight of the night. I mean, all the matches delivered, but I just felt this one was just unreal. I mean, I honestly thought this was going to be maybe a 3-star fight at the absolute best, but no, this thing, like I said, it over delivered. It was 4.25 stars from my taste. Excellent opener. It went just the right amount of time at just the right pace. The back and forth was great, as were the near falls. And honestly, like I said, I did not have high hopes for this one. Be wrong. They over delivered, and quite frankly, I couldn't be any more delighted about that, and I couldn't be happier for these guys. I mean, wow. So it was a high quality, slow build style match. And I'm going to be honest, this is something that would have fit right in if this was a G1 climax. And yes, confession, I've actually been watching it. Awesome. If you haven't, you're a bunch of stupid idiots and mutton heads. I strongly recommend you watch that G1 climax, folks. Because if you want to see real wrestling, that's real wrestling at its pure finest. Anywho, great action and selling with everything making sense. Even the finish was great because it played into the DIY stuff. Zelina Vega, a.k.a. Rosita in TNA. She threw the shirt at him. She threw the shirt at Johnny Wrestling. And it distracted him, and it gave Andrade Cien Almas the opportunity to get the win. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Andrade Cien Almas actually win a match at a TakeOver event. I mean, I know I probably should have gone with him, but I thought they had more confidence in Gargano. I thought they were going to start maybe planting the seeds for a possible push with him, but no. Surprisingly, they went with Almas, and they gave him the win here. So I'd probably say that's the best win. That's that signature win that I've been wanting to see Almas get, even though it took nefarious means to get it. And me being the man who always likes to preach, like Jesse the Body Ventura, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. So, great way to start it off. All these matches were really good. I mean, I'm going to keep saying it. You can make an argument for Fight of the Night because all 5 of these were literally Fight of the Night contenders. But this is a great way to start it. So 4.25 stars. Well done. Totally surprised the hell out of me. I thought, like I said, it was going to be 3.25 at best. But 4.25? Wow. Well done, guys. Good for you. Great way to start it off. Michael Bullock. I mean, wow. I couldn't believe how good this was. I thought this was going to be a solid fight at best, but this thing over-delivered big time.
Yes, it certainly did. Of course, hello, friends. This is the Phenom, Mike Bullock here. Of course, welcome to the first of our 2 recaps this weekend as part of SummerSlam weekend. Of course, recapping NXT Takeover Brooklyn III. Yeah, this match certainly over-delivered. I was watching this tonight, and I'll tell you what. I mean, I had a busy time with the TV. Well, basically, I had the NXT Takeover on my iPad, while on my TV, I was going back and forth with the Red Sox and Yankees, and of course the Patriots and Texans that's going on right now. So yeah, I did watch this, and yeah, it's certainly over-delivered. I mean, I thought it was going to be a solid match for what it was, but man, I mean, the action was just spot on, and we had
And Bullock.
I know where you're going with this, Florio.
Mauro Ranallo, he did it.
And you know what he did?
Gargano, what did he do?
Don't be so silly.
Not the first time, not the last time you're going to hear that.
I was going to say, I mean, this is not the first, and certainly not the last time you're going to hear Mauro Ranallo say it. I mean, we'll definitely get into it more once it does come up. So, I mean, you had Zelina Vega, basically interfering, of course, throwing that shirt at Gargano, which caused a distraction. But even with that, I mean, I thought it really delivered, and certainly was a perfect tone setter for tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. So 4 to 4.25 stars, and Anthony's right. I mean, you could make a case for Fight of the Night. I mean, but there are a lot of matches here that were Fight of the Night contenders. I mean, that's just how damn good the show was tonight, and you'll definitely get my overall thoughts on it later on. So 4.25 stars. Twisted Angel, D.D. Woodson, come on in. Your thoughts on this match, and certainly was a great tone setter for this NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3.
That it was. And for those of you who are wondering what I typed in the chat box, I actually went 5 for 5 for tonight. I got every single match right. First time ever. Yay. I'm excited. This one, I agree with the rating.
Don't brag too much, DD.
Oh, you guys are going to be eating crow. Anyway, definitely 4 and a 4th star. A high quality show building style match. You know, it was really good. Great action. You know, I really liked how they played this one. So, you know, great. It was a great match. Not much more I have to say about it, so let's just move on.
All right, and we are going to move on, and it's to the NXT Tag Team Championship. The reigning champions, the authors of Pain, Akon, and Rezar, and they go up against 2 members of Sanity. It's listed here as Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. I actually thought it was Killian Dane that was supposed to be with them, but I guess there was a switcheroo. But when it was all said and done, the winners of the bout and new NXT Tag Team Champions, Sanity wins the titles. Michael Bullock, it is all yours.
Well, let's just say I got this one right here, guys, because I was the one who picked Sanity to win this match, and lo and behold, I was correct on this one. So, man, I mean, this was a really crazy match that we saw. I mean, we saw a lot of, like I said, a lot of craziness, and heck, we even saw Nikki Cross get involved. But then again, it's not. It wasn't a shocker there, but let's just say she paid for it, and then
Well,
we got ourselves a.
Don't forget,
what?
if you notice during that table spot, Bullet, Mauro Ranallo let out a "Mamma Mia."
He let out a Mamma Mia, all right. Yeah,
And there was another Tope Suicida, by the way, too. Eric Young.
And oh yeah, we definitely had our another Tope Suicida, and yeah, man, I mean that was just total insanity. I mean, basically eliminating one of the taking out one of the authors of pain, and I mean, let's just say, I mean, of course, during that, of course, a little switcheroo. I mean, basically, Eric Young decided to go in for Killian Dane, so which basically surprised me. But that's basically what Sanity wanted to do. So basically, I'm gonna give this about another 4 stars. I mean, this was just absolute insanity, no pun intended, when it comes to it. But yeah, but then that was not it. At the end of the match, Fish and O'Reilly come and beat the crap out of the new champs and the authors of pain. Well, let's just say those two messaged and saying, we want those NXT tag team titles. And I think I see a future feud down the road with Sanity and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, so 4 stars, another awesome match, and man, what else is there to say? So, Dee Woodson, your thoughts on the craziness that we saw from this match?
It definitely was out there. Everyone that was out there, like I said yesterday, got involved. So we had moments of total
Nikki Cross was definitely not there, if you know what I mean.
True. I mean, all the managers got involved, all the people, all the wrestlers got involved. Everybody was involved. I mean, you had bodies flying everywhere in every direction. The switcheroo was kind of cool. Trying to get into the heads early, and apparently it worked because Sanity came out on top. And yeah, this was one that both Bullock and I had both picked for winning. So yeah, it was really a good match. Yeah, I think I can give it a 4-star rating. It was that good. I mean, I don't think really anything was super low for this pay-per-view. I mean, NXT definitely knocked it out of the park, and I think probably went over most of our expectations for these matches. So yeah, she even watched some of it. So it must have been that good to get Callie's attention instead of her napping. So not much more I have to say about it. So Florio, it's yours.
3.5 to 4 stars is my rating for this. Whoa, ho. Okay. Exactly the kind of chaotic match I wanted from these guys. I was unsure of the EY and Dane swap, but they made it work. Extra points for using everyone and showing that the authors of pain are dominant, but Sanity clearly had the numbers advantage. And wow. And I apologize for interrupting Michael Bullock those couple of times, but I just wanted to make sure that Mauro Ranallo got the exact praise that he deserved, because he brought it on the commentary tonight, and we had a guest commentator on this match, the savior of
misbehavior, Corey Graves
from Monday Night Raw, Corey Graves,
and of course a former NXT Tag Team Champion himself, along with Adrian Neville.
Absolutely, and. Yeah, Bullet paid me back for the interruption there, so I don't blame you 100%, but it's all right. anyways, yeah, Corey Graves was on the commentary team for this match, and Mauro Ranallo really brought it again. I mean, not only did we get another Tope Suicida from Eric Young, but that spot from Nikki Cross where she got caught by the Author of Pain, and then Dane comes in, they crash through a table. Mamma mia! Oh, I love it when he does that. I mean, oh, it's so awesome and glorious to have Mauro Ranallo back. And yeah, a couple of Tope Suicidas. We also had a couple of Mamma Mias. And later on, we actually got to see Michael Bullock's favorite move. We'll let you know when that comes. Oh, and I hope Bullock, I hope you and I get to have a little fun with that, like we do during our Raw chats or SmackDown chats when we see this particular move that you love so much. So another match that I didn't really have high hopes for, but again, over delivered. Wow. New champions, Insanity. And then, how about it, MF? Some old friends of yours from the ROH. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, they made their presence known. Not the first time, not the last time either. I'm very curious as to hear what MF thinks about this. So 3.5 to 4 stars. That's my rating for this. So, and then there's no doubt about it. So MF, new champions, and we also have O'Reilly, some old friends of yours from the ROH. I know you know a lot about these guys.
Red Dragon is the team. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, they are like the Dudley Boys, man. Wherever they go, they took championships home with them. Multi-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They were IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions on a number of occasions. They've won titles, I believe, in AAA as well. No, Red Dragon is legit, guys. They are absolutely a powerful team in let me see. Hang on. Let me get this there it is. Professional Wrestling, Red Dragon. Because this was a tag team for the ages, man, and it says it here. They were, now this is between them two. They are high risk former tag team champions, New Japan Pro Wrestling, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions in 2 different occasions. They actually won the Super Junior Tag Team Tournament in 2014. Then individually, Kyle O'Reilly, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. Bobby Fish, former Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Both 1 time, but more importantly, 3-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They are legit players, guys. And if that's true, get ready for some chaos in NXT, because with Red Dragon there, woo-wee, it's going to be some fun. All right, let's go into the next fight of the night. So, all right, it's going to be led up by Didi Woodson. It was Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. Winner of the bout, Aleister Black. He gets the win. So, Didi Woodson, front and center, my dear. Give me your thoughts about this fight.
Very good match. You know, a lot of action. Trying to find my notes. Yeah, it was a good, strong style match. Lots of great strikes and kicks, though it did lack a little bit of drama, but man, they were really going at it, and to the point that even Aleister had a bloody nose. Pinfall after pinfall after pinfall. When you think one was down, he'd kick out, or they reverse it, or something. It just awesome match. I'm going to go 3.5 to. Well, I guess I'll go 3.5 to 4. It like I said, it was a good match. Another one of these that you would have as the contender for match of the night. So I'll toss it over to Florio.
Three and a half stars again. But before I get into this, we had another special guest commentator, and how about this? We finally get the dream pairing right here. Mauro Ranallo with good old JR Jim Ross.
Boomer Sooner, baby.
Whoa, how about that, huh? Mauro Ranallo and Jim Ross.
Oh, yeah.
That for the four of us and many other wrestling fans out there, IWC, what have you, this was a dream commentator pairing right here.
Oh, that absolutely. That is a dream pairing right there.
One thing Kevin and I said through this match is we were glad to hear the slobber knocker back.
Oh, yeah. Slobber knocker indeed. That's how he called it at the end of the match. Whoa. I mean, the best voice of today, Mauro Ranallo, the greatest of all time, Jim Ross, along with Nigel and Percy. I mean, whoa. Awesome. I mean, that's a wrestling fan's dream come true right there. So, unbelievable. I'm glad they did that. Like I said, 3.5 stars. Very good, hard-hitting, back-and-forth match. It did lack a bit of drama down the stretch to take it to the next level, but it was entertaining. Aleister Black continues to dominate and win. It'll be interesting to see where he goes next. Also, JR was really good on commentary, way better than the New Japan shows here in America. And I thought he worked really well and worked great with Mauro and Nigel and Percy. So, yeah, that was really that was a fun surprise to see Mauro and JR at the same announce table. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Another one of the main reasons why this show was all kinds of fun tonight. 3.5 solid 3.5 stars. I can't go any higher than that. So, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on Aleister Black and Hideo Itami?
I'm going to give it 3.5 to 4 stars. I mean, it was definitely hard hitting, and you saw a lot of kicks from Aleister Black and Hideo Itami, and yeah, I mean, just to have Jim Ross there with Mauro Ranallo, awesome. I mean, I really enjoyed this. I mean, just to see those two together, I mean, it was like a dream team to see these two working together. So, yeah, a nice, impressive win for Aleister Black. So what's next for him? We're definitely gonna have to wait and see. So there's really nothing more to say. 3.5 to 4 stars. So Fletcher, I think it's time to move on to the match that everybody has been talking about.
For the NXT Women's title, the reigning champion is Asuka. The challenger is Ember Moon. The winner of the bout by submission, and still the NXT Women's Champion, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. She successfully defends the title. Anthony Florio, you were the one that was hyping this more than anybody else.
Yep.
Did it deliver in the way you wanted it to be?
When it comes to body of work, yes. As far as the outcome, not so much. I really thought this was going to be Ember's moment here. I really thought this was going to be the moment where Asuka was finally going to lose. I mean, they got her over 500 days. I thought that was going to be good enough, but I guess not. With the way they're going right now, who knows? Maybe we could be seeing Fabulous Moolah territory, for goodness sakes. I mean, I'm not going to go that far, but with the way it's going, I mean, she might hold that thing for the next 28 years, like Fabulous Moolah did, from 56 all the way up to 84 until she finally lost it to Madison Square Garden. But back on July the 23rd of 84. But, you know, story for another day. But man, oh man, I'm not going to give it 5. It wasn't quite 5 level. Another couple more minutes and a couple more Shakespearean drama moments. And if they had put the belt on Ember, that would have done it. But, excuse me. But anywho, like I said, I would say maybe it definitely ranks up there as one of the greatest NXT women's matches of all time. No, Sasha and Bayley are still at the top. Sasha and Bayley from 2 years ago. that's still number one. But what am I going to give it for the effort? All-star match. I mean, very good match. I mean, I thought it was a really fantastic match. Super heavy on both the work rate and dramatic storytelling. I have to go back and look, but that was probably one of Asuka's top couple of matches in NXT. And Ember Moon earned herself some big points in my eyes with that performance. Very interesting to see what's going to be next for both ladies. And tremendous effort, like I said, from both ladies. Much better than the last match than we saw in Orlando. Kept a great pace, and the crowd was invested. Asuka smartly targeted the previously injured arm of Moon. Closing stretch was really great, with near falls that were easily believable for both. Moon finally hit the eclipse during the match, but no one is ready for Asuka. She even got a great reaction following an emotional loss. Her facial reactions throughout were just tremendous, putting over the importance of the match to her. Easily her best WWE performance, but even so, she still didn't have enough to stop the Empress of Tomorrow. It now looks like the winner of the Mae Young Classic, and that's exactly what I was thinking going into this. I think whoever wins the Mae Young Classic, by the way, the final match is already set. I'm not going to give that away because, you know, it'll probably diminish views from the Mae Young Classic that starts next week. I think the winner of whoever comes out of that Mae Young Classic could possibly not only be the next up, but I think could also likely be the one to finally do the unthinkable and beat the Empress of Tomorrow. To allow the reign to continue on a bit longer and to justify the tournament as something really important. And when you see who's going to be in the final, I already know who's in the final. And looking at who's in the final, brace yourself, because that's going to be hella fun when I believe they air that. So, but like I said, 4-star match for my book. I mean, he delivered when it comes to body of work, but the outcome, like I said, I really thought Ember was going to get it, but they threw that curveball at his hand. So, I think that's the one who's going to finally get the moment on us. Just my thought. What about this you?
You know what? I don't care. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm giving it 5 stars. I mean, this to me was the fight of the night. I know people would say, you know, because of, I mean, Asuka and winning it, and basically, I mean, with some of the other things Anthony Florio mentioned, but to me, I don't care. I enjoyed it. This was just awesome, and I mean, this was the closest that Asuka has come to losing that NXT title and NXT Women's title, and basically Ember Moon ending the reign. I mean, both women delivered as we expected, and both women are to be applauded for their efforts. Not just the champ, but Ember Moon. I mean, to me, even though she's not the champion, she's a champion in my book, just for the effort. I mean, especially after when she injured that shoulder, she continued to fight on and almost pulled it off. Great job by both women. You certainly deserve it. And yeah, so I know some people are going to criticize me for it, but you know what? I don't give a damn. 5 stars, fight of the night. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody wants to try me, go right ahead. Dee Woodson, it's yours.
Hey, I'm not going to try you. I'm going to agree with you. I thought this was 5 stars. And it's kind of funny. You all picked Amber Moon, and I'm the only one who picked Asuka. I guess that's why I'm called the expert in the women's wrestling, because for some reason, I just knew she was going to pull it off tonight, and she did. She, you know, lots of near falls And yeah, Asuka almost lost it a couple of times. But hey, she pulled it off just like I thought she would. And, a lot of people are saying this wasn't as good as the last time these two met. But for me, I really, I really enjoyed this match. I think it's up there with some of the other really high quality women's matches we've had. And, that they went as far as they could go and even further than that. I mean, they pushed themselves to a point to where, they were both literally exhausted at the end, but they just kept going and going until that, Amber couldn't go anymore, and Asuka just managed to pull it off, even with her getting caught trying to use the tights for the wind. She still managed in the end to get a clean finish. So not much more I have to say about it. So Fletch, it's yours.
And we now swing to the main event of the evening for the NXT title. The champion, Bobby Roode, the challenger, Drew McIntyre, the winner of the bout, and new NXT champion, Drew McIntyre. He wins the title, but wait, there's more. At the end of the fight, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, they were at ringside, and the next thing we know, there was a well, let me just say it. We had a surprise. The newest NXT superstar has arrived from Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Adam Cole, baby! He makes his debut in NXT, and let's just say 3-on-1 beatdown. It was a beatdown. It was a hoodwink in Brooklyn. You wanna say welcome to Brooklyn? That's how you do it. Five borough Nux, old school style. That was mafia. That was a mafia hit that even Jimmy Hoffa would be very proud of. Michael Bullock, you lead off on the main event.
To me, this was another 3.5 to 4-star match. I mean, we knew eventually that Bobby Roode's reign as NXT champion was gonna come to an end, and it did. I mean, I thought it was a good match. I mean, even though the crowd, really wasn't really that much. It was a little bit quiet, but the thing is, I still enjoyed it for what it was, and basically, he's the new champ, and yeah, that beatdown was just awesome. And I guess Adam Cole has made his point perfectly clear. He's come for that NXT championship. So, yeah, definitely another 3.5 to 4-star match, and certainly an awesome way to close out what I thought was a very good NXT Takeover Brooklyn III show. So nothing else to say. Dee Woodson, your thoughts on the new champ?
I definitely agree with the rating, and I'm glad to see that Drew McIntyre pulled it off. He definitely deserves it. I mean, he's had his ups and downs. Been on multiple shows in multiple companies, and he finally pulled off the big one tonight and dethroned Mr. Glorious himself, Bobby Roode, and welcome to NXT, Adam Cole. And I'm a little curious whether or not this is going to lead to a new stable with these three, or I know they were a stable, I think, in another company, but don't quote me on that one because I'm not entirely sure. But they definitely look like they're going to build one here in NXT. So that, this is great. I like the direction Triple H is taking NXT. So way to go, guys. So Florio, what's yours?
Another 3.5 to 4. Well, that's something. I know people were expecting Adam Cole to appear on the show in some capacity, but we did not think it was. We don't think it. Most expected it to be this big of an impact. The match itself was very solid and a worthy main event, and there was some good near falls throughout. Some people actually didn't like this match. A lot of people thought this was their worst fight of the night. I mean, one guy gave it 2 stars, the other guy gave it 2.5 stars. I mean, wow, okay. Can't please everybody, as we always say. But, yeah, not the fight of the night. Definitely not the fight of the night. But this was a very good main event, though. Like I said, it was very solid and it was a worthy main event. And a great way to close out what ended up being a very strong show. And so I say we get down to it. Let's get down to it. Let's give our rating, and it's going to be a very high one on behalf of all of us here.
And we're going to lead it off with our very own Dee Woodson. My dear, what did you think of NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3?
Well, I know on the preview show, we all gave it about an 8 to 8.5. Well, in my opinion, it surpassed that. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I thought it was a very, very good show. Every match was strong. None of them really lacked anywhere. And of course, NXT doesn't have as many storylines, bogging it down as the main show does, Raw and SmackDown, but they definitely impressed. They definitely, these guys definitely took it to the next level and proved that they are the future that we have to look forward to in WWE. And, I'm hoping when they come up, WWE isn't going to screw them up like they have some of the other competitors that's come up. But man, I mean, they knocked it out of the park, and like I said, I like the direction that Triple H is taking NXT, and I hope they continue to go just as strong as what they are. And so not much more I had to say about it. So Florio, it's yours.
9.5 to a perfect 10 out of 10 for the show tonight. I mean, I could even go as far as to give it a perfect 10, in all honesty. Super strong show beginning to end within itself, but it was also a big success in terms of bringing a spark back to NXT and getting people talking and excited again. Very good show. We had some great wrestling. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly setting themselves up for a tag title program with Sanity, and Adam Cole's long-awaited debut, which in theory puts him into the NXT title picture. It looks like Bobby Roode and the Authors of Pain are possibly main roster bound, and if that's the case, things are about to get really interesting in NXT. And if that is the case, if Roode and AOP go, I think Bobby Roode's going to go to Monday Night Raw, and I think the Authors of Pain are going to go to SmackDown Live. And maybe they could be the ones who could be the assailants in that quote-unquote Breezango nonsense. So you never know. That's how that is how it all could go down. And we forgot to mention the one match I got right tonight. It was the main event. I had Drew McIntyre winning the NXT Championship. Good for him. He damn sure deserves it. That's all I can say on that. And he won it with the Claymore. Love that move. And we forgot to mention one other thing. During that main event, Michael Bullock, we got to see your favorite move. Drew McIntyre did your favorite move during this match tonight. You know
I gotta do it. I can't believe I forgot to mention it. The Tope Hilo!
Tope Hilo, Mamma Mia! That's what Mauro Ronaldo said.
Mamma Mia!
Mamma Mia, Tope Hilo by Drew McIntyre. In Fuego. 9.5, perfect 10 out of 10. This show was indeed in Fuego. Wouldn't you agree, Michael Bullock, as we wrap this up?
I'm going to give it 9.5 to a perfect 10. I mean, this was just a freaking awesome show tonight from start to finish. And, I mean, all the matches certainly delivered tonight. And all I can say is, basically to finish it off, good luck to SummerSlam tomorrow night to try to follow what they did. I just don't see how they can top what NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 did tonight. So there's really nothing more to say. So 9.5 to a perfect 10. Fletcher, let's just put a bow on this this recap of NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3.
All right, and yes, it is over. It is definitely a great night, without a doubt. And actually, I even got some greater news that just came down the pipe a few hours ago. Just to give you guys a quick update on Ric Flair's condition. As many of you guys know, he was placed under a medical-induced coma. Basically, it was a colon issue, not a heart issue at first. However, it's being reported at this hour that Ric Flair is awake. He is out of the coma. Yeah, great news coming out of Atlanta tonight. He's not out of the woods yet, so let's just... We got to pump the brakes a little bit. He's still got a lot of testing and a lot of things that still needs to be done. However, he is out of the medical-induced coma. That is being reported tonight out of Atlanta, Georgia right now. Again, our thoughts and our prayers are with the entire Flair family at this time. And continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, that is it. We are done with NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We're going to be back here tomorrow night when SummerSlam goes off the air. And we're going to recap SummerSlam 2017 from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. So, until then, for Anthony Foyle, for Michael Bullock, for D.D. Woodson, I am Michael Fletcher. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. This has been a special edition of the Wrestling Forum, the recap of NXT TakeOver. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, share it with all your friends on all social media platforms. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now.